Hello everyone, this is Eco 320 Economic Statistics Introduction course. This is the first class in fall 2024. Welcome back. And in this class, it's an introduction to this course plan, how I will grade and why we have to take economic statistics, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me start. Basic information. This course is numbered as 1417 or 1418. So there is no difference between these two courses. So these two sessions. Like either if you are registered for either of them, then you are at the right place. And as you may know, this course is fully online. So we do not meet in person at all this semester. And I will upload lecture videos like this throughout the semester. And just in case if you mistook this course, this course does not fulfill any Gen Ed requirement. So in case if you're taking this course for Gen Ed, uh, you may be at the wrong place. Please check. And myself. My name is Byung Park. I'm an associate professor of economics, and my email address is here. And the email is the most preferred way to contact me. Please shoot me an email whenever you need any questions, any suggestions. I'll be happy to talk with you. Or if you want to see me, you can make an appointment by shooting me an email. My office is at Hudson Building, room 217. So this is away from the podium, but not that far. So you can check where it is on the campus map if you want to come to see me. My office hours are Tuesday, Thursday, 10 to 11, or by appointment. So frankly speaking, I prefer you to make an appointment if you want to see me. It is nice if you just stop by my office and just say hello, but the problem is I have things to do, so I may be away from this office. I may be somewhere on the campus, or I may be with another professor, so you may miss me if you do not give me a head up. I prefer having an appointment just because I do not miss you. I usually very few students come to my office hours, so I sometimes I forget it's office hours now. So to prevent you from missing me, waiting for me in front of my office, so please shoot me an email. And also I'm very flexible. So and you can see me in person or we can meet on Zoom. It's totally up to you, whichever you prefer. So feel free to make an appointment. I'll be happy to see you. Right. Next, and I know that you are taking this course because it is required for econ majors, right? So that's not a bad thing. I understand. When I was a student, I took a lot of courses just because they are required. But if you're taking this for requirement, you have to know what's required, right? I will give you three things basically that is relevant to the requirements, relevant to this course. So first of all, this is a required core course for econ majors. So you have to pass this course. That means you need you can any grade, but fail will be fine, right? D minus fulfills the degree requirement, right? So it's really hard to get fail in this course. So I don't worry too much about that as long as you make the effort. And also relevant is the overall GPA and major GPA. So you have to maintain 2.0 in the overall GPA and also in the econ major GPA. I don't know how exactly what's included as major and the details need be checked by yourself or by the with the academic advisor. But to my understanding, these are required. GPA requirements require you to have 2.0. And if you get D minus in this course, then core course requirement will be satisfied, but your GPA may be of a problem. So, but I cannot take that into account in giving your grade. So, like I have seen a lot of students who got like say D minus here, and they send me an email at the end of the semester saying that they need to graduate, but their GPA would be like slightly below 2.0. So they ask me if they can get a better grade. My answer is no. That is not allowed. I cannot do that because I have to be fair as a grader. So it is your responsibility, of course, to maintain your GPA. And if you think your GPA is dangerous, uh, then please make more effort. Right? That's the only way you can graduate without any problem. It's a pretty obvious advice, but I'm telling you again because I know that there will be a lot of students who will ask me this question at the end of the semester. Okay, the next thing I need to talk about is the prerequisites. Or to register this course, to complete this course, you have to have 3 passing grades on your transcript. Intro micro, intro macro. I think these two are usually not a big problem. But the thing is that you need a calculus course, right? So by calculus course, I mean it should be one of these courses, one of these 5 math courses or economics course. I think this class is not offered. I'm not certain. So anyhow, so even if you take a calculus course, but if the catalog number is different, then it is not automatically counted as a calculus course. So you need to see me in that case. So make sure you have the prerequisite for this course and other details. Concurrent registration does not count. So if you're taking these courses this semester, that does not count. If you have taken a course, let's say in summer or last semester, but it is incomplete, that does not count. So you have to have passing grade in your transcript right now, right? Incomplete does not count, of course. And if prerequisites are not met, you can be deregistered anytime. So it is very unfortunate. It would be great if our university system has an automatic check when you register courses, but we don't have such a system. So uh, how we check the prerequisite is by hand. In our department office, there are like staffs. They check transcripts student by student, and check like this, and they find a student who is registered but do not satisfy the prerequisite, then they manually deregister that student. So this can happen anytime during the semester, right? So literally it takes a lot of time. It's purely manpower based checking manual check system. So it could be you cannot assume that you registered this course just like you are registered, so your prerequisites are met. That's not true. There is no such system. And if you are uncertain, or if you think you're really good at math, but just you don't have one of these courses, like say you took even more advanced calculus courses, then maybe I can talk with you and check if you are good enough to take this course. Then I can do something within the first 5 days of the semester, right? So let me know. Or if you're uncertain for any reason, let me know. Like if you're transferring your credits, that's like tricky. So let me know and make sure you are good for this course, to take this course. Okay, so up to here, I explained some basic things, what you can expect from course, why you have to take this course, and what you have to take this course. Okay, so let me explain how I'm going to teach, how I'm going to manage this course. It's fully online, fully asynchronous. So we are going to do these three, my plan is these three basic uh, components of this course. Basically, I will do lecture videos. I will upload lecture videos, and you are going to watch the videos, and then you will do online quizzes. And so this is the exercise based on the lecture. I understand those exercises may be kind of difficult. Then I will provide quiz guide videos, right? And this three videos and three major materials will be uploaded weekly, every week on Brightspace, okay? So So this is pretty much automatic, and I already set all the schedules. We have 12 chapters for this course, and uh, like here. So there are 12 chapters. You'll see what they mean, and the materials will be uploaded every Monday, starting from September 2nd until November 18th. And after the uploading date, you have 2 weeks to finish the quiz, watching the video and do the quiz, and yeah. So, and the due dates are also on Mondays. So every Monday, there is something, the due date or upload date, right? So make sure you finish the work by the due date. And as you see, it starts from September 2nd and ends on December 2nd. So pretty much preset, tight schedule, but you will see, you'll get used to it. I believe it's not that hard to follow. So my lecture videos will be basically uploaded to YouTube, and I will take the link from YouTube to Brightspace. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. By the way, I'm not saying you have to, so just feel free. And I make all the videos available to public because that's I want you to watch my lecture whenever you can, right? Without logging into Brightspace or without logging into YouTube. You can just search my channel name, Byung Park U Albany, and then you can watch your video, watch the lecture video whenever you want. That's the main point of my policy. And also, usually a lecture is like more than 2 hours, depending on the chapters. Like it's like more than 2 hours. So I usually break them down into multiple videos, like from 10 to 20 minutes. I try to make a series of like shorter videos. And during the video, during the lectures, you may need to pause to try some exercise. I give you pop-up quiz, like not graded, but pop-up questions to think about, for you to think about, and then I want you to pause the video at the time, and then think about the question or do the algebra, and then resume from there. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do that. And I really like this kind of teaching, online teaching and learning. I think I really like this format because it's really flexible. It's very flexible. You may watch the video anytime, and you can do the quiz anytime you want. You can you can do it like several hours. There is no time limit. I allow there is no time limit, but of course you have to finish it by the due date. But there is no like detailed schedule. You can fit the schedule to your own. So I really like this. And also what I like the most is you may repeat the lecture. So yeah, when I was a student, I sometimes I feel bored because sometimes the lecture is what I am familiar with. Then I feel like I don't need to listen to the lecture too, frankly. But at other times, I wanted to rewatch the lecture. Sometimes I cannot follow as the lecture goes. Then there was no possible way to do that like in the past. But now I'm recording this lecture, so you may repeat. And also, you can find my old lectures from the previous years. So basically, the contents are the same, but I may paraphrase, I may change the way I teach that. Uh, so then may be more useful in case if you missed something or if you don't like my lecture or if you could not fully understand what I say, then you can repeat that. Also, I like this format because there is basically no time limit for me, right? So my preparation, I can spend a lot of time for a certain chapter, right? There because like I can re-record what I do. If I make a mistake in algebra, then I can just delete the file and record it again. I really do that, and so uh, I like I think this online teaching format is really uh, wonderful. Also, I hope you like this. But still, the potential like disadvantage is the lack of interaction. I don't see your face at all. So even if I see you at the cafeteria, I don't know who you are, like if you are taking my course or not. So that's a big minus, but I will try to send you reminders and feedbacks. If you forget to submit your homework, I will try to send some emails. And right, I look forward to emails from you because I'm curious how you are doing. If you feel any difficulties, any questions, so please send me emails whenever you want. Okay. Uh, and online quizzes. After watching the lecture videos, you have to do the quiz, and there will be 12 quizzes as you just saw in the schedule. There are 12 chapters, so there is a quiz for each chapter, and there is no exam at all in this course. The purpose of the reason why I do not put any exam is because it's really hard to deter cheating, right? Uh, Due to the nature of online teaching, uh, it's really hard to administer exam online uh, and prevent cheating. So my plan is, as an economist, I think the optimal scheme is to minimize the incentive to cheat, right? So there are 12 online quiz. So even if you cheat one of them, it's just 1/12 of the semester. So the incentive is pretty small relative to one-shot exam at the final. And each quiz is 10 multiple choice questions. So it's not that many, but it's not that easy actually. Okay, so you have to do this weekly. Otherwise, if you start to delay those quizzes, in the end, it's really impossible to catch up. Right? It takes a lot of time to do all the quizzes at the last minute. So please uh, do the quiz in advance, really in advance. Uh, Plan yourself, and each question is worth only 1 point, right? So and you see your grade immediately after you submit your homework, your quiz, right? So, and what I allow is you can try the quiz again repeatedly up to 10 times. I think this is another advantage of doing online teaching. Is you have like 10 chances to learn from the quiz, from your mistakes. So like after you submit your first attempt, so you will get a set of 10 questions, and you try all of them and submit, then you will see your grade. And the online system will tell you where you are wrong, which question you choose the wrong answer, or which question you got right. So you may decide whether to retry it or not. If you are satisfied with your grade, that's good, right? But if you want to get a better grade, you may try the quiz again. Then you are going to get a set of 10 questions with randomized numbers, right? So in the first attempt, you may see a question like 1 plus 1, what is 1 plus 1? But if you retry the quiz, in the second attempt, your question will be randomized to, like, say, what is 1 plus 2? So the numbers in the questions will be randomized. So basically, they are the same questions, but different answers. So you have to retry all 10 questions again. And if you try multiple times, the final grade, the recorded grade, will be the highest, right? So if you try, like if your first attempt, your grade is 2, and second attempt, like 3, and the fourth attempt, like third attempt, your grade is 9, then only 9 is your grade counting toward the final grade. So there is nothing you lose even if you try again, right? So if you get 9 points at the first attempt, that is already a good grade. But if you want to try another time for 10, that's good. So even if you get worse grade in the second attempt, you don't lose anything. The first attempt grade will be recorded as your grade. So utilize the advantage of online quiz system. And so this also lowers the incentive to cheat. So you don't need to cheat. Like your numbers, your answers are different from your classmates' answers because the questions are randomized across attempt and across students. So and if you try multiple times, it's like easy to get a better grade. And also, I will provide help video, guide video, so for algebra questions. So I guess uh, there is no reason to not try them many times. And if you are willing, you can learn more. Also, I'm here to help you. So if you have any difficulties, let me know. By the way, when you do your quiz, you may use like calculator, Excel, and I allow AI, ChatGPT or Claude, Gemini, whatever. I think it's okay because I'll give you the answer in the help video, guide video will give you the basically how to solve that. So, but I will try to I'm thinking about how to prevent you from just copying the answer from ChatGPT. So it's up to you. I do not mind, but I do not recommend. I encourage you to do it by yourself. Okay. So grading. So basically, the total 120 points available from quiz, and so everything is flexible. As I said, that's the biggest advantage of this course, I think. But on the other hand, the other side of flexibility is a lot of delays. I see a lot of late submissions because you may think it's flexible, but actually it's not 100% flexible. There are due dates, there are deadlines. So, and also I understand you have a lot of unexpected things to have, like to handle, like in your life, right? Many of you are working, and many of you have some other like circumstances, and also I respect your privacy, right? So I have this policy. I do not ask any explanation within the grace period of a week. So 1 week after the due date, there is no penalty. You don't need any documentation. You don't need any explanation. Just submit. Or if you cannot submit, if the system does not allow, I don't know. I need to check the system. But anyhow, so I do not penalize anything if you submit your quiz within a week after the due date. But after the grace period, there is no excuse, right? Again, this is the price of cost of flexibility and privacy, right? So in the past, it's a really interesting. A lot of students are very creative. Of course, you have heard about a lot of grandfathers died because of the late submissions. Also, I have seen a lot of things like students' dogs die on the due date, or they like break up with their fiancés, like boyfriends, girlfriends. Car accidents happen on the due date, so it's really hard to tell. You understand? Some of them are lying, right? But I cannot tell who are lying and who are actually true. So I don't want to do that. I understand you have things to handle. And also, another common excuse is like internet disruption. So suddenly the computer freezes like minutes before the due date, or the internet is down, or when you click the submit. Uh, I understand that happens. That's really unfortunate, but you cannot prove that. Seriously, I cannot prove that either. So I'm not asking for any explanation. If you're late, that's okay, within a week, but it is your responsibility to finish your job within the grace period. That's all I'm asking. Okay, and so it is a strict policy, and there is no curve, and there is no extra credit. So this is based on my previous experiences. A lot of students are asking for curving, or extra credit opportunities, but in the end there is no difference, right? Even if I give curves, even if I curve grades, still the students who are not satisfied remain unsatisfied. And with extra credit opportunities, those students who need extra credits do not get extra credits. So in the end, there is no difference. So I bind my hand. There'll be no curve, no extra credit opportunity, right? Okay. So this is very transparent conversion table. Depending on your total grades, total points, your letter will be determined, right? So out of 120 points, I choose a 5 points interval, but A is more generous. All right, so and in the end, less than half is fail. Out of 120 points, you have to get at least half of them to get a passing grade, right? It is your responsibility, right? So all the online quizzes are multiple choice questions. So even if you don't solve them, you can just randomly choose the answers, and if you are lucky, uh, you will get like at least 3 or 4 points, right? So I think this is not a hard task to get 60 points, no matter what you are doing, no matter who you are, no matter how stupid you are. 60 points is kind of the minimum I expect from you. So, but still, last year there was a student, there are 2 students who got F in this course. So, do not underestimate the 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 cumulative amount of work throughout the semester. Okay, and textbook. I have many textbooks like these, but I don't require any textbook. I will post the slides, and you can also find a lot of information online, so they are not bad. like Wikipedia, or you can watch YouTube videos like by searching with the keywords, or any introductory statistics textbooks will be okay, because basically they are the same thing, right? I use all these textbooks for examples and questions, but they are similar in many ways. Among these, I prefer this vital statistics textbook, right? But you don't need to buy it. But in case if you are willing to buy one, I this textbook, I would say this textbook is most similar to this course, but doesn't mean it is the best one in any sense. So this is what I uh, rely on for this course. And two last issues: academic integrity. Do not cheat. So before the COVID, I filed a lot of reports of violation of academic integrity, right? I reported almost like 3 or 4 reports every year. There were a lot of students cheating. I know that, and I I am very serious about that. I'm very strict about that. And so I will impose 30 points penalty here. Basically, you are going to fail with this penalty, and there will be additional uh, actions like I will file the report. Then you may get academic probation. If you get like this kind of reports 2 times or 3 times, you may be kicked out of the university. And there may be additional disciplinary actions by the university if you're cheating, if your action is a severe violation. Lastly, reasonable accommodations. If you have any disability or if you need accommodation, please let the DAISS office know, and they are going to provide me with a letter of required accommodation. So they tells me what kind of accommodation these students would need. Then I will follow that, and I will talk with you, uh, like if that's okay or not. So uh, do not hesitate. I understand accommodations are needed for equality. Okay, so this was an introduction to the course plan, overview of the course. In the last like for the remainder, I will talk about this topic. So I understand many of you think why statistics is required for economics. When I was a college student, uh, economic history was required for econ major. I had to take economic history, which is really annoying. I had to memorize a lot of years, a lot of like kind of things that I forget right after the final exam. So at the time, my professor did not explain why. But now let me try to explain why statistics is required for econ majors. Firstly, my excuse is it's not just economics. I looked up the course search catalog, and I find a lot of social sciences now have some kind of statistics courses. They may require them or just optional. Say psychology and sociology, business, criminal justice, public policy, health, and education. So pretty much almost any social science uh, majors have their own statistics course. Of course, the name could be different, like quantitative analysis. Basically, this is statistics. Methodological tools. This is just another name for statistics, right? So these days, data are everywhere. So you don't need to ask why economics requires statistics, but actually, every field has some kind of statistics, but we emphasize it even more, right? Because that's the strength of economics. The reason why economics is one of the like leading So that could be one of the popular majors in social sciences is because it's quantitative methods. Quantitative methods have more applicability, right? It translates to other fields pretty easily. So if you learn quantitative methods in economics, you may export those skills to other social sciences. So it is not strange to have a statistics course in any social science, and also because thinking about the quantitativeness in economics, requiring statistics is pretty natural, right? And also, uh, I think statistics is really uh, promising major like statistics, economics, or computer science. Any quantitative skills are important in your job market because of these reasons. So in general claim, do not compete with genius. That's obvious. You cannot argue with that. So you should not compete with genius. If you are a genius, then you don't need to take this course. So assuming that you are not a genius, then try not to compete with a genius. That means you have to avoid winner takes all type jobs. For example, my son is 8 years old. One of his friends tries to become a YouTuber. He makes YouTube videos saying like, please like and subscribe, right? Things like that. And he says, if I get 10 likes, then I will do something in the next video, like that. But actually, in that video, the view count is 2. There are only 2. Anyhow, so if you want to become a YouTuber, you cannot compete with, Mr. Beast, or there are kind of genius, winner takes all. A few number of YouTubers make a lot of money. Most of the YouTubers are not making money. So that's not where I recommend you to go. But where you have to go is you have to find the battlefield where there's something you can take, right? So data work is an example. Data work is very labor intensive, right? So a genius cannot finish all the work. They need help from someone else. Like for example, like Steve Jobs is a genius, but he cannot handle all the marketing things and like a customer. He cannot respond to all customers. He cannot collect data from the website. He needs secretaries. So then you should not compete with Steve Jobs himself, but you have to find how you can help him. Data work is a typical example. So in any job, or like maybe the first job is usually data cleaning, data work, like copy paste data and make a spreadsheet, things like that. So this applies to any kind of any case. Try to think about where is the demand and how to avoid geniuses in your life to compete against. Okay, and another reason, and especially as an economist, data analysis is really important. You may not think economics is you have like what you learned in like introductory economics is not data work. But here is an example. So I'm not sure if you learned monopoly profit maximization or not. But assuming that, I guess it's not that difficult. Assuming that you learned this in introductory microeconomics, it goes like this. We have marginal cost, which is C. We have demand function, which is linear. Quantity demanded equals A minus BP, where P is the price. And then you can solve out the maximization problem for the monopoly firm's profit, and then you get the solution equals A minus C over 2B. So C is cost, A and B are parameters from the demand function. Okay, you learned it. I learned it. It's pretty simple solution. Then, can you use this when you become a monopoly firm's CEO? The problem is, okay, you are the CEO. Then what you can say is you can say, okay, let's set the price as what A minus C over 2B. That is not possible because you need to know what are A and C and B, right? So the bigger problem is solving this maximization problem is not that difficult, right? Um, but the main problem is how can we find our cost and how can we find our demand? When price increases, how much demand will decrease? That is B, right? So estimating those parameters is much bigger, much more difficult problem than learning this theory, right? Of course, you need theory to begin with, but it is useless without data analysis. And this data analysis is actually pretty complicated. So economists develop methods to handle data. And also in economics, there are no experiments. So like usually natural science does experiment, randomized experiment, but we don't. Economists rarely do any experiments. So then we have to think about different methods to handle the data. That's why economics has its own statistics course. And finally, still, if you're not convinced, I have some numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. You can find the same information in here. Data scientists, very recent data. Most I updated it, like say, uh, August 19th, right before this recording. 2023 median pay is 100K, and entry-level education is bachelor's degree. So data scientists do not need to be master or PhDs. And the number of jobs is 168,000. I'm not sure how big this is, but the outlook is more promising. In the next 10 years, it's expected that 35% will grow. The number of jobs will grow by 35%, which is huge, right? So still statistics is growing field. The demand is still growing, and yeah, as an econ major, your employers will expect that you will be able to handle the basic. You have the basic data skills, right? So I strongly recommend you that. And in terms of just in case statistical programs, so what kind of programs you need? In this course, I demonstrate Excel, so which is really basic. You can it's really basic, so any college graduate should know how to use Excel. And but what we are doing in this course is just based on Excel. But if you want to learn more advanced data, I recommend Stata for economic data analysis. Stata is most widely used in economics, and SAS and SPSS are also commonly used. They are used in other fields, but they are similar. Their functions are pretty similar. They have different features, but one of them should be enough. If you know one of them, then it is easy to learn the others. Even more advanced ones for my research as a professor, as a researcher, I do my research based on MATLAB. Right? I use MATLAB for my own research because my job as a researcher is to develop new statistical methods, and then they are not built in the existing programs. So I have to make my own statistical procedures, which is not possible, not easy in these programs. So I have to use more general program, and I use MATLAB. And R is also commonly used. These days, R is also widely used because it is free. So R is really good and widely used. It is open source, so there are a lot of sources to learn. And finally, you may have heard about Python. It is not just for data work. It's a pretty general programming. I don't know. I just heard about Python. I don't know how to program on Python. So I'll be using Microsoft Excel in this course. And in my master course, I used to use Stata, and last year I started using R. So Stata and R are for master level teaching, and some PhD level courses may use MATLAB or Python. So um, there are different levels of generality in programming. Of course, the more general, the more difficult to learn, but the more useful. And if you are interested in economic data analysis, we have sequences, more courses. They are 420 econometrics and data analytics, and 480 statistical causal inference. I taught 420 last year. I mean this spring, 2024 spring, and I taught 480 last year, 2023. So it seems like there is no 420 offered in this fall. And next spring, I'm not going to teach any of these two. I don't know how they are offered. But anyhow, so if you're interested, I'd be happy to talk with you. And also, there are many more courses at the master or the PhD level. So if you're interested in graduate studies, I can help you. I'm a PhD, so I'm the best person to help you, like if you are trying to apply for a graduate program. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching the introduction video. I'm going to upload the first video, the first chapter, quiz and lecture on September 2nd, the Monday. Okay, see you then.